profound dedication to justice and self-determination for the Palestinian people. We also recognize the pivotal role of Saudi Arabia and the core group of nations that have come together to support Palestine's pursuit of freedom and dignity. The Maldives commends the work of the Ministerial Committee mandated by last year's summit for galvanizing international support and building consensus towards an end to the violence. Your Royal Highnesses, Excellencies, enough is enough. These are the words that have echoed at every gathering on every platform, not just over the past 13 months, but for decades. Decades of terror, destruction, and injustice inflicted upon the Palestinian people. Israel's brutal occupation and ongoing genocide has caused unimaginable deaths, destruction, and suffering. Nearly 50,000 Palestinians and thousands more in Lebanon have been killed in the past year alone. Each death is a tragedy. Families torn apart, children orphaned and alone, dreams buried under the rubble, future vanished before their eyes. We cannot continue like this. Our statements, our condemnations have rung hollow. They have not been met with the necessary actions by those who hold power. The actions of the powerful nations demonstrate that they don't even recognize that the lives of the Palestinians are as valuable as other human lives. Their continued silence and inaction only enable Israel's brutal occupation and apartheid to persist. The international community, particularly those wielding significant political and economic influence, has failed the people of Palestine. The veto power within the UN Security Council continues to paralyze meaningful action, allowing war crimes to go on unpunished and enabling the steady flow of arms that fuel this genocide. Let's be clear, you cannot call for peace while supplying the weapons of war and the means of oppression. An increasing number of nations have recognized the state of Palestine, but solidarity is more than just words. The international community must step up their support, both financial and political. Every step towards action, whether it's small or big, matters. The Maldives has filed a declaration of intervention at the International Court of Justice in support of South Africa's case against Israel based on the application of the Genocide Convention. This is a critical move to hold aggressors accountable, for international law must not be selective. The Maldives has also joined calls urging the Security Council to halt arms sale to Israel. We reiterate our rejection of Israel's outrageous decision to dismantle UNRWA. For 75 years, UNRWA has been a lifeline for Palestinian refugees. We call on every nation to express their support to UNRWA, including through financial support. Your Royal Highnesses, Excellencies, the plight of the Palestinian people is a wound that strikes at the heart of our Ummah. As the leader of the Islamic world, Saudi Arabia has shown the way forward by championing unity and solidarity. It is now incumbent upon all Muslim and Arab nations to work together under Saudi Arabia's leadership to push for meaningful change. If we as an Ummah do not act decisively now, history will judge us harshly. Let this summit be the turning point where our resolve transforms into real action. For every life lost, for every silenced voice, let us stand firm for justice. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
We'll now be continuing with the news. We just brought you the address delivered by President Dr. Mohammad Moizu at the extraordinary Joint Arab-Islamic Summit. We'll now continue with more news. President Dr. Mohammad Muizzu confers the Order of the Distinguished Rule of Izzuddin ODRI, the Maldives' highest civilian honor, upon Dr. Mohammad Zahir Hussain in recognition of his exceptional contributions to the nation's education sector. The prestigious award was presented during this year's Republic Day ceremony, acknowledging Dr. Zahir Hussain's lifelong commitment to advancing education in the Maldives.
Dr. Zahir Hussain's distinguished career began after completing his higher education at Al-Azhar University in Egypt. Upon returning to the Maldives, he started teaching at Aminiya School, and his expertise led him to a series of prominent roles within the education sector, most notably as Minister of Education. During his tenure, Dr. Zahir Hussain achieved significant milestones, including the establishment of the Science Education Center in 1979 and the Foundational Basic Education Project. Having served as Education Minister for over a decade, Dr. Zahir Hussain subsequently held roles such as Minister in the President's Office and Minister of Youth and Sports. He also served as a Member of Parliament appointed by the President, where he contributed to the legislative agenda of the nation. Dr. Zahir Hussain is an accomplished author and was an active member of the committee responsible for translating the Holy Quran into Divehi. He authored several Friday sermons and contributed articles to the Islamic publication Dinugamagu, issued by the President's Office. In recognition of his service and contributions to journalism, he received the National Award of Recognition in 1989, the Miniman 25 National Award, and the Alimas Galan Journalism Award. In 2001, Dr. Zahir Hussain earned a PhD in Technology and Philosophy from Malaysia, subsequently receiving the President's Award for Special Achievement. His dedication was further honored on November 10, 2008, where he was first awarded the Order of the Distinguished Rule of Izzuddin. Currently serving as the Chancellor of the Islamic University of Maldives since 2019, Dr. Zahir Hussain's remarkable career spans 48 years, with over 32 years devoted to the advancement of education in the Maldives.
The President confers the Presidential Special Award for Excellence at the official Republic Day ceremony held at Tarubaruge. This year, 40 outstanding Maldivians in recognition of their exceptional accomplishments in higher education and training were awarded. The awards, including medals and citations, recognized individuals for notable achievements in advancing through the national qualifications framework of the Maldives. This year, 2 individuals were honored for achieving the prestigious level 10 in the NQF, while 38 others were recognized for reaching levels 7, 8 or 9. The 2 recipients who achieved outstanding success at level 10 are Dr. Aishat Shina and Dr. Khadija Rashid. Additionally, 38 individuals who attained the highest marks at level 7, 8 or 9 in the national qualifications framework were also recognized. Each awardee received a medal and a certificate from the President in recognition of their accomplishments. President Dr. Mohammad Muizzu says that without a permanent solution, the issue of illegal expatriates could pose serious threats to the nation's independence and security. The President made these remarks in his address at the official Republic Day ceremony held at Tarubaruge.
Referring to expatriates residing illegally in the Maldives, President Dr. Muizzu acknowledged that illegal immigration has persisted across successive governments with no sustainable efforts made to address it. However, he noted that the current administration has made significant efforts to curb illegal business operations run by expatriates since taking office. Emphasizing the need for a permanent solution to this long-standing issue, he stressed that it could eventually develop into an internal threat to the country's independence. In his address, President Dr. Muizzu also highlighted efforts to combat drug abuse, which he identified as the foremost threat to social harmony and peace. He noted that substantial progress has been made over the past year, with drug seizures increasing by 60% compared to the previous year. Additionally, President Dr. Muizzu reported that the recent initiatives to enhance road safety and security have been successful, playing a vital role in reducing the number of life-threatening accidents compared to the previous year. The President stated that this year has also seen significant progress in maintaining law and order and enforcing legislation. He reaffirmed his commitment to ensuring that identity card and passport services will be accessible nationwide by the end of 2025. Reflecting on the start of his term, President Dr. Muizzu noted that the society lacked care and compassion, inspiring the development of compassionate government policies. Notable achievements include Komekujaka Ailai project, which has helped 34 children find homes, the Halukina program, and initiatives to improve the quality of life for elderly citizens. Additionally, he highlighted the administration's efforts to create employment opportunities for individuals with disabilities. The president stressed that the administration's focus goes beyond constructing large buildings, stating that true happiness comes from helping living beings.
Bitcoin soars to a record high above $81,000 on expectations that cryptocurrencies will boom in a favorable regulatory environment following the election of Donald Trump as US president and pro-crypto candidates to Congress.
The world's biggest and best-known cryptocurrency has now more than doubled from the year's low of $38,505 and was last at $81,572, having earlier touched a record high of $81,899. Trump embraced digital assets during his campaign, promising to make the United States the crypto capital of the planet and to accumulate a national stockpile of Bitcoin. Other so-called Trump trades from US stocks of shorting bonds have lost some steam since the election, but cryptocurrencies haven't paused for breath. Matt Simpson, senior market analyst at Citi Index, said that Bitcoin's Trump pump is alive, and with Republicans on the cusp of taking the House to confirm a red wave in Congress, it seems the crypto crowd are betting on digital currency deregulation, referring to Republican control of both houses. While Simpson warned Trump's near-term priorities are likely to lie elsewhere, crypto investors see an end to stepped-up scrutiny under U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission Chair Gray Gensler, whom Trump had said he will fire. The cryptocurrency industry spent more than $119 million backing pro-crypto congressional candidates and has by and large succeeded. Trump also unveiled a new crypto business, World Liberty Financial, in September, and although details about the business have been scarce, investors have taken his personal interest in the sector as a friendly signal. Billionaire Elon Musk, a major Trump ally, is also a proponent of cryptocurrencies. Gains in cryptocurrencies have been broad.
Israeli forces send tanks into the western side of Gaza's Nusayrat camp in a new incursion into the enclave's central area, and Palestinian medics said Israeli military strikes had killed at least 11 people since Sunday night.
Residents said Israeli tanks opened a fire as they rolled into the sector of the camp, one of the Gaza Strip's 8 historic refugee sites, causing panic among the population and displaced families. With the war in Gaza now in its 14th month, Israel is focusing its operations in the north and center in what it says is a campaign to stop Hamas militants waging attacks and to prevent them from regrouping. Tens of thousands of Palestinian residents have been told to evacuate the area, fueling fears that they may have never been allowed to return. The already slim chances of a ceasefire receded further at the weekend when mediator Qatar said it was suspending its efforts until both Israel and Hamas showed greater willingness to reach an agreement. In attacks overnight and into Monday, medics said 7 people were killed in Nusayrat in 2 separate Israeli airstrikes. Israeli forces have besieged the 3 hospitals in and around Jabalia for several weeks, and hospital officials have refused orders to evacuate the facilities or leave their patients unattended despite the lack of food, medical and fuel supplies. In the northern Gaza town of Beit Lahia, where Israeli forces have operated since October 5th, medics said 4 people were killed in an Israeli airstrike. At Kamal Adwan Hospital near Beit Lahia, medics said Israeli fire from a drone wounded 3 medical workers in the facility. There was no Israeli comment on Monday's violence. The Israeli military said it had killed a senior commander of the Islamic Jihad group, an ally of Hamas, Muhammad Abu Shakil, in a strike on Saturday at a command center inside a compound that previously served as a school in Gaza City. Palestinian medics said the attack killed 6 people.
Arsenal manager Mikel Arteta has 2 new worries to add to what he described as a nightmare run of injuries after Bukayo Saka and Declan Rice both failed to finish the 1-1 draw with Chelsea in the Premier League on Sunday.
Rice went off after 71 minutes and Saka was replaced 10 minutes later with both sustaining knocks. Arsenal, who began without the likes of Ricardo, Calafiori and Takehiro Tomiyasu, took the lead with a Gabriel Martinelli goal but were pegged back when Pedro Neto was allowed far too much time and space to drill in Chelsea's equaliser. The result left Chelsea in the third place and Arsenal fourth, both of them 9 points behind leaders Liverpool. Arteta said he was disappointed by the way his side conceded the equaliser after working so hard to get ahead. One positive for Arsenal, who have now gone 4 games without a win in the Premier League, was the return of captain Martin Odegaard to the starting lineup after a lengthy layoff with an ankle injury. Arteta praised his performance. While much of the focus surrounds Arsenal's sudden loss of form, Chelsea head into the international break in the top 3 of the Premier League for the first time since the 2021-2022 season, when they came third behind Man City and Liverpool.
And that's all we have for you right now. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more news updates. Have a good day. Goodbye.